direction that you go. Rose gold rose, I'm a beast. Had a two-tone. Me slim was warming up my feet. I know I wasn't 4 star, but 3. I made it out the jump. Still dying in the P. My family used to struggle. Oh, now they spending money like me. My drip leave a pop. Oh, I'ma keep design on my feet. I can make a chick in my sleep. I stay in my lane like a street. Only want the range for a week. It's 20 bands for the seats. Comers going on my receipts. I feel like a dog I can eat. Add them to the doors of a Jeep. I don't play with my number.
బ్రైట్నెస్ ఎక్కువ ఉందా? ఈజీ టు డ్రైవ్ नहीं है. अरे इतना सेलेक्ट చేయాలా ఇది? ఎనీ టైం ఓకే.
Lights in the rave shining bright, I hide my face. Trying to find a time and place, I get right with grace. Life's a maze, I'm wide awake, we strive to find escape. And even in the silent escape, what you say goes is fate. Wait, I've seen this game before, well I played them all. Used to be close and now we waging war. Ways ignore, take the fall. Hear it in my cadence and the way I talk.
ఆ పాటలు కూడా ఉన్నాయి మనతో అన్ని. నైస్. ఇది కదా కావాల్సింది. గామా మోషన్ బ్లర్ 0. I don't know. Let's fucking go. Game లో పోదాం ఇంకా. మస్తు అయింది. బ్రేకింగ్ పాయింట్ ఏంది, సర్వైవల్ ఛాలెంజ్ ఏంది, ప్లీజ్ ఇవన్నీ. బ్రేకింగ్ పాయింట్ అంటే చూద్దాం. Typically play between AI levels 1 to 30. 30 to 35, 55 to 85 to 110. Oh, normal try చేద్దాం. On your behalf to provide a simple and easy to drive experience.
Previously, in Breaking Point.
You know, the first time you see a car, your car, alongside Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, that's what it's all about.
Aiden, listen.
Between you and me, I don't think this team is right for me.
Callie Mayer becomes the first woman ever to win the F2 championship.
What about your dad? Is he congratulating you, Callie?
Nope. Next question.
Devon Butler now. Oh, that's not good.
What the
oh no!
fuck?
Devon Butler spins. He's out.
It was his hearing. He'd been keeping it from us.
Done.
I think maybe he'd been trying to keep it from himself. So if Devon, your son, can't drive, how about your daughter?
Callie Mayer becomes the first female driver of the modern era to participate in an F1 race. Here she comes, but there's contact between the two Motherboard drivers.
Aiden, are you alright? It's just another butler.
The two Motherboard teammates not exactly doing each other any favours this afternoon.
What is Aiden playing at? Thought he was too good for the team. He just had a bit of an attitude problem.
Enough! It has to stop. Understand?
I must take care of the business, Callie. Who do you think will inherit it after I'm gone?
Well, Devon, obviously.
ఏమన్నా గ్రాఫిక్స్ బాగుంది.
I wanted you to fight for me. He never listened to me. He always listened to you.
You always like to leave all this behind, don't you?
It's the most difficult thing I've ever done.
I didn't choose
Easy
this.
graphics, bro.
I've had an entire season of you whispering in people's ears. I'm asking you to leave the meeting.
You can't be serious.
This is not your team. And after today, it might not even exist.
Coming, Devon?
Yeah, I'm thinking I might actually stay.
You all know what's at stake. If we race as individuals today, the team dies.
I'm sorry if I was ever.
I will forgive you on one condition.
What's that?
You get your share of the points.
Aiden's out. I heard.
Sure about this?
I'm sure about everything.
Is this a team order?
She's not going to make up that much ground. It can't be done. Just cruise it in, Cal. Trust me, you watch her go.
And to the checker flag for one final time. That is some race from Callie Mayer.
What an incredible performance by her today. Connor Sport sure will be very delighted with that one.
Well, here we are then, the final day of pre-season testing here in Bahrain.
It's been good, hasn't it, so far, Crofty? We've seen all the teams out there, putting in the miles, putting in the laps, and we come away from it still not knowing who's going to be the team to beat. It looks super competitive as always.
No, you're not wrong, Ant. Red Bull and Ferrari have looked impressive, as expected, but it's Connor Sport that have really been the talk of the paddock so far this week.
Okay, Aidan, we've got some great data over the past couple of days. We're all really happy. Let's make this a big, strong finish, yeah?
Yeah, copy.
Right, we've gone with a brand new setup on the car here, so just use this lap to get accustomed to the changes, and once you feel like you're happy enough with everything, you can come back to the pits at any time to end the session.
Okay, sounds good.
Great, I'll leave it up to you. Good to be back, Aidan. I've missed this.
Yeah, you know me. Just getting back into the swing of things. We'd like you to push it on this next lap, please, mate. Can do.
Okay, mate, let's have some feedback on the car, please. How's it feel?
Yep, sure thing. Car's feeling great.
Excellent stuff, mate. We're seeing really positive data from that run, so just when you're done, bring it back into the pits.
Copy.
Okay, Aidan, everything's looking good so far. Car's looking great. So do you.
Yeah, this car is a rocket ship. You guys have made a beast right here.
automatic gather
I've already told Casper, let the car run a little wider out of turn 4. You can really extend the track there.
I don't know. We're already pretty close to track limits at that point.
Well, you're leaving time on the table, so let's just let it run a little wider. It's all
Yeah,
good.
but you're not the one behind the wheel, Dev.
We might be pushing our luck with this steward, so we'll have to side with Callie on this one.
Ask Casper, he'll agree with me.
Yeah, they're here now. Just give me a second. Devon, just a man. So we look through the data, and if we adjust the ERS harvesting rate, we should see some improvement on those turns.
Told you.
Right, okay, settle down. Got someone who wants to speak to you all. Right, they're listening now. Davidoff.
Good. So, as your new team owner, I thought it only right that I check up on my investments. And I'm glad I did. Casper's just filled me in on the lap times. I just wanted to say, well done. I'm impressed. But Red Bull's numbers are better, so there's still room for improvement.
Well, now we know what we're up against. I'm sure me and
Callie,
Aidan could...
don't have time to chat. All I wanted to say is that I'm expecting great things from our drivers this season. We all are. Just don't let yourselves down.
And no worries, Dad. We're all over it.
Good man. I'll fly out to Bahrain as soon as I can. Ciao.
Well, he's right, you know. With times like these, we could be real contenders this season. We had an incredible start to the 24 season. Better than any of us could have imagined.
And do you think any of that was down to Davidoff Butler buying the team?
Undoubtedly. I mean, Davidoff had a way of pushing people's buttons to motivate them, as he would call it. Besides, both his kids were a Connor sport.
How you choose to respond to these events will have a direct effect on many things such as performance, reputation. They may even affect bonus objectives for upcoming races.
Hey boss, got a couple of minutes?
Contractor when might चाहिए ब्रांड चाहिए. Return to the hub. You check latest news or social media, emails, and phone calls. मत काट तुम बैंक मार दो. Performance and reputation.
Davidoff.
Casper, how's everything shaping up?
Pretty good. We're just about to go over the data from FP3. I want to encourage Callie to adjust the brake balance. She's still locking up coming out of turn 7. And as for Aidan,
Yeah, good. Thank you, Casper. Thanks. Yep. Casper, listen, we need another strong showing at Imola.
Of course.
Getting a great result in Ferrari homeland would show that we're serious about making the top 3.
And we are, as you know. We delivered a good car this year, so
But there's always a better car around the corner. Also, I understand my old friend Ernst has been in touch about a shoot with some watches.
Yeah, Eigenberger. Yes, I've given it the go-ahead.
Very good. It's important to me. I'll tell Devon, you tell California. Anyhow, I got another call to make. Must be off. Ciao.
ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ మగవాడిని తీసుకుంటాం, ఆడదాన్ని ఎందుకు తీసుకుంటాం? He will play as the rest of... Yes.
What a terrific battle this is. Down the main straight at Imola. Connor Sport against Red Bull. Verstappen against Mayer. And there's contact. Into the gravel goes Mayer. Verstappen races on.
It was always going to be close going into that corner. Tough to go around the outside. Verstappen was so hard though, so aggressive, as we often see.
Everything okay, Kelly? Where was I supposed to go there? I know. We'll talk about it later. Right now, let's get your head down, because it looks like you've escaped unscathed.
Copy. I'm on it.
Great stuff. It looked like you made easy work of that target. Let's try and keep that going right through to the end of the race.
Yeah, see,
Accidents are sometimes hard to avoid on track, we know that, but you can use rewind to fix any mistakes. If only you could do that in life, eh? Let's rewind a few seconds now by pressing the button prompt on your screen. Okay, so you can use the controls to either pause, fast forward or rewind, and once you've found exactly where you want to go again from, just follow the on-screen prompt to head back into the action. That move is illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position, give it back. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 12.0 seconds.
Hickory Ring 5283 said hello. Hickory Ring 5283 said
hey Ramu, hi bro, how are you?
Hickory Ring 5283 said, do you remember me?
Yes bro, I do remember you.
Hickory Ring 5283 said.
കേൾക്കുന്ന വോയിസ്? ഹലോ. I don't remember you. ഇവിടെ ഇതേ ഷോ ഉണ്ടാകുന്നുണ്ടോ?
Haguri Rain 5283 said let her grow.
నా వాయిస్ వస్తలేదా?
Haguri Rain 5283 said nothing car sounds guys chimney.
ఓకే, గేమ్ సౌండ్ ఎక్కువ ఉందా? కొంచెం తగ్గిస్తా, గేమ్ అయిపోతుంది, ఈ రేస్ అయిపోతుంది. సారీ. బ్రైట్నెస్ కూడా ఎక్కువ తగ్గియాలి మొత్తం.
Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations. Well done.
Gotta say, it's been another good day for Connor Sport today. A string of positive performances recently has seen them establish themselves well and truly ahead of the midfield.
Yeah, they're in the top 3 now, Crofty. A great season so far, and I've been really impressed with both.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the...
Callie, quite a fierce battle with Max out there today. How did you find going up against him in a situation like that?
Look, Max has been world champion for the last 3 seasons and he's looking like he'll make it a 4th. He's the best in the world right now. What more can you say? I mean, you don't really get the edge on Max very often, so I am pleased I was able to survive that scrape and come through like I did.
You're now 3rd in the Constructors. That's the best performance we've ever seen from Connor Sport. So what do you put it down to?
Yeah, I attribute it to the team as a whole. Everyone talks about the drivers, but it's really good to remember that we're all in this together. The engineers, the mechanics, strategists, every single person at Connor Sport is giving it their all, working harder than ever, and
Haguri Rain 5283 said where are you from,
Do you feel like
Brew?
you're sending a message to the rest of the grid with these kinds of results?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Connor Sports still have this reputation as a new team or a small team, but we're so much more than that. We're here to compete with the best
Connor
in the
Sport.
world.
Okay.
On our day, we can beat anybody on the grid. And so far this season, we're proving that.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, thank you. ఇప్పుడు చేంజ్ చేయాలి సెట్టింగ్స్.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, hey, Dad.
తగ్గించి ఐ గెస్ 6లో పెడతా. Recurring rewind prompt. Colorblind mode off.
Pagarirama 5283 said bye bro, waving hand sign.
Bye bro. Good night.
Pagarirama 5283 said good night, sweet dreams.
Good night. Bye bye. I don't want steering assist. Yeah, ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది బ్రో ఈ ఆప్షన్?
Hi.
Callie, sorry to miss the debrief. What a race.
Yeah, thanks.
Listen, let me take you out for dinner to congratulate you.
What? One of you and Aiden's little soirees? No, thank you.
Don't be like
What a
that.
performance today. Battling Verstappen and finishing first, my driver of the day.
You invited me once in Monaco when I found out you were going without me.
That was just a misunderstanding.
In fact, I think it was Aiden who invited me.
I'm not getting into this. Look, are you coming or not?
Dad, I'm sure you mean well, but the last time we tolerated each other long enough to eat a meal, you spent
Not
the
bad,
whole
Uncle.
evening
Not
telling me
bad.
to sit up straight. I could do without the stress. I just want to relax. I just want to enjoy my evening without feeling you're judging me all night.
Fine. I'm sure you'll have a perfectly good time in your own.
అరే ఎందుకు అట్లా మాట్లాడింది పాపం. Gear box automatic. ఓకే ఈ రోజుకి ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఆడతా, రేపు మళ్ళీ చేంజ్ చేస్తా. స్టీరింగ్ అసిస్ట్ వద్దు నాకు. బిగినర్ బ్రో నేను. ఫక్ ఇట్. మళ్ళీ ఎవడరా?
Mum!
She answers. I finally got through. Congratulations, Cal. What a race that was.
Yeah, thanks.
అందరు పొగుడుతున్నారు.
You'll never guess. Dad invited me to dinner to congratulate me.
Well, I'm sure that'll
వాళ్ళ
be
డాడీ
fun.
అది.
Yeah, I politely declined.
Oh, and I'm sure that didn't annoy him at all.
Everything I do annoys him.
Oh, just ignore him, Cal. He's an old man trying to clear his guilty conscience.
Hard to ignore him. I work for him now.
Well, that's true, but you just do you. You don't owe him anything.
సెట్టింగ్స్లో బ్రైట్నెస్ సెట్ చేసుకోవాలి.
Suzuki, windows tinted, rims are spinning with the Hello Kitty stickies. If you see me, I'm assuming that it's only in my rearview. You can call me, but I promise that there's no way I'ma hear you. You gon' need to speed up the pace. Black VVA strutting down the staircase. Splits all the way, bringing knees to your face. Splits all the way, bringing knees to your face.
Mami, como tú bailas me tienes loca. Es que la playa vive en tu boca.
Welcome to the series screen. Each series of events has objectives that can award you items such as upgrades and resources that can be used to improve your tech level. Completing a series can unlock further series, exploring more and more of the world of Formula One. Completing event objectives is a great way to earn extra rewards that will help you to progress through F1 World. Events update regularly, so be sure to check back each day or each week to see what's on offer. Invitationals are cooperative events you can take on with other players to earn cool prizes. When you acquire an invitational within F1 World, you'll be able to open it here and start a lobby. Or you can join another player's invitational lobby here. For more info, check out this help page. Ranked is our competitive multiplayer arena, where players compete each week to move up through the ranked divisions. Select What are divisions for more details. Goals are optional challenges that you can complete for extra awards. When you've completed one, be sure to come back and claim what you've won. This is what we call the play screen. It's basically your jumping off point for all the different ways you can play F1 World. Feel free to explore, have a good look around, and when you're ready to get your journey going, just select series from the list and we'll go from there. Welcome to F1 World, a journey through the sport that will offer you events based around casual or competitive play, single player or multiplayer, fun versus realism, and everything in between. As you play, you'll earn upgrades that can be equipped to your car and team in the garage, increasing your tech level and giving you the performance you need to tackle greater challenges. Along the way, you'll find new ways to customize your car and character, earn trophies for your trophy cabinet, and much more. So when you're ready, jump into the play screen and take your first steps into F1 World. It's time for you to start thinking about pledging your allegiance to a constructor and driver from F1. Let's go and make our fan zone choices now.
Choose your favorite F1 run you want to represent within the game in new season.
This is where you choose your favorite F1 constructor and driver. Once you've made your choices, you'll be part of their fan zone for the remainder of the active F1 World season. Furthermore, your choices will grant you access to exclusive fan zone rooms with like-minded members and also allow you to start earning fan points to help your zones win the Fan Zone Championship.
I like McLaren, bro.
And it's McLaren.
Lando Norris, bro.
Ready, check.
This is the Fan Zone widget and will be your entry point to all things Fan Zone within F1 World. It'll let you know how many fan points you've earned in the current season and also show you who the previous season Fan Zone winners were.
Red Bull on the top low. Shit. McLaren 10th place. We top lo nadandi. चलो इधर आड़का सर्वाइवल चैलेंज finish the 3 laps. Select.
Well, I don't know about you, but the nerves are gradually... Now, Anthony Davidson, take me back to when you first made your debut.
Take your boot. Maximum downforce, increase downforce, balanced, increase top speed, maximum top speed. వాడు ఇచ్చిందే తీసుకుందాం. Brightness of 200.
Okay, DRS is now available.
DRS enabled and deploying here.
Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race.
Second time, man. Wow. Gases ఇవన్నీ నేను చేయడం లేకపోతే బిగినర్ మోడ్ లో పెట్టినా. So
oh yes, you made that look easy. Well done.
గేర్ షిఫ్ట్ అదే ఇస్తుంది, స్టీరింగ్ అసిస్ట్ అదే ఇస్తుంది, అంటే ఎక్కువ సైడ్స్కి వెళ్ళిపోకుండా. క్యారెక్టర్ ఏంది ఇట్లుంది.
That's it then for another spectacular Grand Prix here in Austria, and a truly magnificent drive to hang on and take the win.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and exciting.
A show-stopping. It's been a thrilling day of F1 world action, but there are more to come in the future. So follow us and join us once more as these drivers put themselves through the ultimate test.
తీసేస్తా ఇప్పుడు స్టీరింగ్ అసిస్ట్ తీసేస్తా బ్రేక్స్ ఏదో ఉంది సంథింగ్ అది కూడా తీసేస్తా
Nice one! You've just earned an upgrade. Upgrades can be equipped to your F1 World car and will increase your tech level. The higher your tech level, the more events you'll be able to take on, so it's important to equip upgrades whenever you can. Upgrades can be equipped in the garage, so it's worth going there now to equip your new upgrade.
ఇక్కడ ఉంది garage.
Girlfriend's pre in my IG. Back to Monday, party straight through to Sunday. So much it was unsafe. I just took that gal to a one. Ain't got time for no dumb day. If I'm in a party, I'm probably on it. You two gal, I both wanna have with me. I'm up all night, party in the LD, and I'm so. I doubt I'ma get to sleep.
Welcome to F125 and welcome to Driver Career. Or if you're already familiar with the F1 games, you can customize your settings as much as. That's it from me.
Hey, I'm Elena. I'll be your agent for your short. Your current team needs no introduction, of course. Recognition is.
Let's go. ఏం జరుగుతుందిరా
Finally, let's do this for real. Sorry it took so long. You know what these legal types are like? Yes, sir. No, sir. Here's 80 pages of needless jargon, sir. Anyway, believe it or not, this is my excited face. Come on, come on. Let me show you what we've got. So, all the usual stuff, merchandising, likeness, blah, blah, blah. But the really juicy stuff is their expectation of you. They need you to challenge yourself all season, be the best you can be, dominate your teammate, become a legend. All that jazz. Now, it's over to you. Okay, here we are. It's contract time. The team are expecting you to improve as your career evolves. And so am I. Here, we will be setting you a contractual target with the team, so that this progress can be tracked by both parties. Here, you can view your current ratings with your overall rating, or RT. Your current rating has been used as a starting point. Here, you can view your recognition with the... You can see a longer contract.
బెటర్ ఇప్పుడు నేను బెటర్ అవుతా గేమ్లో అని ప్రామిస్ చేస్తున్నట్టు 92 ఉంది 94 అవుతా అని ప్రామిస్ చేస్తున్నా
We're signed. That sounds awesome to say. Time to go crush that target.
గుద్ద వాళ్ళు ఉంది కమ్యూనిటీలో
Quickly. Throughout your career, you'll get a lot of important information. keep an eye on this tab between each race to see what you've been sent. Driver details contains all... Your specialists are a team of experts that will be working with us part-time to maximize your research and completing the... You can see... Selecting... Each specialist will have perks that match. You can also select... You can see your selected goals and can view this during the weekend. This icon represents your primary specialist. They will offer double XP for successfully completing goals to help you. Welcome to your contracts hub. Here, you'll be able to view your current contract. To start, in this main...
Okay, mate, let's chat R&D. Research and developments may be the most important aspect of F1, and you and I are going to work together to bring on the car's performance. This is where you'll be investing in upgrades. We have 4 areas of development. Here you can see an overview of the departments and how many upgrades are currently applied. In order to develop upgrade, finally, this chart shows the performance you've extracted from...
ఇంజిన్స్ కూడా చేంజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చా? What the fuck? ఫస్ట్ వీడున్నాడు. చాలా పెద్దగా ఉంది బ్రో దీన్ని ఫాక్. నేను ఏదో ఓకే స్టార్ట్ రేస్ అని వస్తుంది అనుకున్నా, అట్లా రాట్లా. ఈ అద్ద బస్సు ఓదంతా ఉంది, ఈ అద్ద బస్సు ఓది బాట్స్. వీళ్ళంతా రియల్ ప్లేయర్స్ బ్రో. ప్లేయర్స్ అంటే రియల్ రేసర్స్. ఇలా వచ్చగలరు బెంజాలు. వీడు నేను రైటర్. విలియమ్స్, మెర్సిడీస్, ఫెరారీ. ఏంటిది ఏం చేంజ్ అవుతలేదు ఏంది అచ్చా let's practice.
The long wait is over. This is it, a brand new season. And before the show gets well and truly underway, we've got the all-important matter of a free practice session. It's great to be...
Okay, mate, this is the first running of the real car. Now, I know it's a big ask, but let's get some useful data and get you used to how the practice sessions work. Let's start the season as we mean to go on, eh? I know we could have a great year, so let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Land voice. Vital part of it, not only do they also offer drive out చేద్దాం.
There'll be a lack of rubber out on track, so take it easy for the first couple of laps.
Yes, sir. మొత్తం ఆడ్ చేస్తున్నా కూడా కష్టంగానే ఉంది. నేను సొంతంగా ఆడితే అంతే ఇంకా 10 సార్లు గుర్తుకుంటా ఒక ల్యాప్. Relaxed 20 hours. Steering assist off just so now. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
Minor damage. Not at all bad.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. wing's damaged. Expects a lot of understeer unless we replace it.
బ్రేకింగ్ అసిస్ట్ కూడా ఆఫ్ చేస్తాం. యాంటీ లాక్ బ్రేక్స్ ఆన్, ట్రాక్షన్ కంట్రోల్ ఫుల్. बात
Lap times are falling off now. We want you to pit for repairs. Box, box, box.
నిద్రపోండి రా, ఓపెన్ చేయండి, నిద్రపోండి. One minute of what the fuck.
We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car. Okay, engines fired up, we're set. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
Wow.
Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay. Your lap times are falling off now. We want you to pit for repairs. Box, box, box. That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're okay.
Concentrate చేయలేకపోతారు.
Okay, mate, this is the first running of the real car. Now, I know it's a big ask, but let's get some useful data and get you used to how the practice sessions work. Let's start the season as we mean to go on, eh? I know we can have a great year, so let's go. Okay, let's have a comms check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
If you complete up to 5 laps normal race pace, so that the ideal fuel load and pit stop that you can calculate. You learn points on cleaning multiple load laps together. This program designed to benchmark your car tire wear.
Don't push the car just yet. Track is still green. Try to take it easy for the first couple of laps.
Sure. What was the purpose there? Hard, bro. Freaking hard. Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Okay, mate, this is the first running of the real car. Now, I know it's a big ask, but let's get some useful data and get you used to how the practice sessions work. Let's start the season as we mean to go on, eh? I know we could have a great year, so let's go. Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
నాకే నిద్ర వస్తుంది. Bro, I have some recent blades up to my laptop. Can you professional with this? नहीं भाई मैं उतना बड़ा प्रोफेशनल तो हूँ नहीं बट कैसे गया वो बहुत मारा था तुमको शायद हाँ पता नहीं डिस्ट्रिक्ट हो रहा है शायद मर गया क्या हाँ 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 मर गया एक और उसका टीममेट का बॉडी ये मेरे को ड्रिंक चाहिए गाइस ड्रिंक्स अगर है तो दो जोन हाँ जोन में सही हो ड्रॉप हाँ हाँ उठा रहा हूँ कहाँ है ड्रॉप हाँ ड्रॉप करो मेरे को अभी पीना है
വേഗം കയറിക്കോ
സിംഗപ്പൂരോ ഞങ്ങളെല്ലാരും ട്രാക്ഷൻ കൺട്രോളൊക്കെ ഓൺ ആക്കിയിട്ടാണ് കളിക്കണേ ഞാൻ ട്രാക്ഷൻ കൺട്രോൾ ഓൺ
പോയി ആര് പോയി ഇതെനിക്ക് തോന്നണല്ലോ നമ്മൾ തേടൊന്നും ആയിരിക്കുമല്ലോ മോർ മോർ അതെ എല്ലാരും നമുക്ക് തേടി കിട്ടിയോ അത്ഭുതം സൂര്യനോ എന്നിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ജോൺസണാണല്ലോ ഫസ്റ്റ്
ആയിരുന്നു ഇത്ര നേരം
ഫ്രീ ഫോക്ക് സന്തോഷം ആ വരും
ഏയ്യ.
ഓവർലേ വെക്കുന്ന അതെന്താ അതെങ്ങനെയൊന്ന് സെറ്റാക്കണം. കൊള്ളാം. റേസിലെയും കറക്റ്റായിട്ട് ഫുള്ള് ചെയ്തില്ല ചാറ്റ് വയ്ക്കുമ്പോ പോയല്ല. ശരിയുള്ള ലാസ്റ്റിലായപ്പോൾ സോഫ്റ്റ് ആക്കാൻ പറ്റും. നമുക്ക് ഫിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ചൂസ് ചെയ്യാം ഏത് ടയർ വേണം. വെൽക്കം ടു വണ്ടർലേ. അതെ സൂര്യനും എന്നെ എനിക്ക് കൂട്ടുണ്ട്. സർക്കിൾ അടിക്ക് എൻ്റെ ടയർ പെർസെൻറ്റേജിൽ. ഓ ആ സാധനം ഇതല്ലേ ഇതാണോ അതോ?
Okay, be aware the car behind is catching you by 5/10 a lap. 5/10.
ഇനിയിപ്പോ ചാറ്റിനെ കുറ്റം പറയും. അതെ, ചാറ്റിന് കുറ്റം പറയണമെന്നില്ല, എന്നാലും എൻ്റെ ഭാഗത്ത് തെറ്റുണ്ട്. ക്യാ വരാതെ ഉപ്പ അതവിടെ പോയി ഇടിച്ചാണ്.
पेरेंट की ड्यूटी मतलब
Whether you're a new or returning player to F125, this video will help you get started. Starting off, you'll have to select a race style. This setting changes the complexity of the car handling model you'll have to drive on track. The casual race style is your best pick if you're unfamiliar with racing games. This race style gives you the easiest on-track conditions, including a more stable car when driving over slippery surfaces like grass or an auto reset feature when going off track. Only a few settings are available for you to make it easy for you to get to racing. The casual race style includes the adaptive AI option, which slows down or speeds up depending on how quick you are. The standard race style is the most commonly used race style and gives you all the settings except for a few on-track simulation ones. In case you'd like the biggest challenge and most realistic feel like me, these few extra settings are available in the expert race style. If you feel like you're familiar enough to select standard or expert race style, you will be able to adjust your driving assists. If you're new to F125, I can recommend you start off using the following driving assist setting. The steering and braking assists are turned off, as having these on causes the game to party brake for you. It's better and not too hard to do this yourself. If these settings still feel too easy for you, you can slowly start turning off each assist one by one to feel the differences, or you can turn off all the assists at once. But beware, the learning curve will be steep this way. However, you'll learn it the quickest. Before you head into your first race, I have some must-use settings to make your racing experience easier and faster. Go to the on-screen display settings and change the track map to full track map to be able to see the whole track, including where competitors are, in the bottom left corner. Go to the on-screen display settings and change the track map to full track map to be able to see the whole track, including where competitors are, in the bottom left. Left corner. This way you know exactly where you are compared to all other cars and tracks close to you, instead of just a few drivers close to you. The delta time helps you to see if you're improving your lap time or not during laps, so keep that enabled. Also keep the start lights enabled, so you get a virtual countdown for the race start on your screen. The most important setting are the proximity arrows. By enabling those, the game will tell you when another driver is close to your car on the track. White arrows points to a car that is close to you, a red arrow means the car is alongside you, so you have to watch out where you turn in. You can enable the rear view mirror to be able to see behind you at all times. Coupling this with the proximity arrows is a very strong tool to be aware of your surroundings at all times. If the rear view mirror distracts you, turn it off and use the dedicated look behind button on your controller or steering wheel to look behind you when needed. Lastly, make sure you turn on the permanent practice and qualifying timer. This will allow you to see the time left in a session at all times, rather than only for the last 5 minutes. This will be a massive help in qualifying sessions especially. The hardest part of F1 25 is learning all the different tracks that are in the game. They all have hugely different characteristics. The dynamic racing line assist can help you massively in learning where to brake and accelerate on each different track. If you do not want to use the dynamic racing line, look for brake markers in each turn of the track. Brake marker boards or any other non-moving objects are great braking points to use. You normally brake between the 50 and 150 meter boards for most turns, but this depends on the turn and track. F1 cars are very special cars to drive. Here are some of the best practices for driving them most efficiently. Try to approach a braking zone in a straight line. Then brake in a straight line and release the brake before you start turning. Let the car roll through the corner and slowly reapply the throttle as you exit the turn. Use the trail braking technique. This means you brake full at first and then gradually remove the braking input. This optimizes the stopping power of the car. Some of the curbs on tracks will be easier to ride than others. Avoid hitting the raised curves that make your car jump up. Lastly, tuning the AI is often difficult to do. You can do it manually and adjust the AI by comparing your lap times to the ones of your in-game teammate. Each second difference equates to about 10 levels on the AI difficulty. You can then adjust the AI difficulty up or down accordingly. You can also use an AI difficulty calculator like the one from F1 Labs. By putting in your time trial lap time, the website then calculates your appropriate AI level. Either way works. Don't forget to check out my controller, wheel and camera guides for the ultra head start on your competitors. Peace! Racing with a controller in F1 25 is awesome. However, I have a couple tips, tricks and settings to make it even better. Here we go. First off, let's head into the control settings within the game. In the generic settings, I recommend you to turn ERS overtake mode to toggle, so you only have to press once to engage and disengage the overtake mode. If you have a next-gen console, this is where you'd enable or disable adaptive triggers and rumble. The adaptive triggers can help massively with managing the gradual input . To the throttle and brake. But of course, this is only a feature for PlayStation 5 controller. After this, click on the control scheme of your controller to see all of the button mappings. It's recommended to keep the standard button mapping. However, we are going to add a shortcut that will be very valuable for you in this game. First, unbind the look forward, right, left and back buttons and bind the look back button with something you're comfortable with to look back while racing. Then, scroll down to MFD shortcuts and assign right left to brake bias and up down to differential. By doing so, you'll be able to quickly increase and decrease the brake bias and ERS without having to open the MFD manually. This will be especially important in F1 25 as brake bias and ERS are settings you need to change during a race. In general, putting the brake bias up means you'll lock up less but you'll have a longer brake distance, and putting the brake bias down means you'll lock up more but you'll have a shorter brake distance. Try fiddling around with this around different tracks and you'll see what I mean. Now that we've got our buttons mapped, let's calibrate the controller to get the maximum performance out of it. F1 25 brings in improved traction plus improved precision drive technology that makes driving easier for controller users. However, if you find yourself struggling with traction, braking or steering too much, then the calibration option is important. Let's first test our controller to see if it works as it should and adapt some settings to make it work perfectly. Let's open the testing menu and flick the left stick to either side. If it doesn't go back to 0 automatically, up the steering dead zone by 1 until this does not happen anymore. I recommend to set the steering rate to be 120%. As controller inputs are very gradual, this allows you to be more direct with your steering input. Steering linearity results in the car not being so sensitive to the minimal movements on the sticks. So a higher linearity can help provide smoother steering and less rough movements. This means your initial input is going to be less sensitive as to when you are pressing the trigger more. I recommend you to put the steering linearity on 30. This is a nice sweet spot. Then, let's open the testing menu again and push the left stick completely to the left and afterwards completely to the right. If the steering input does not show -100 for the left and 100 for the right, up the steering saturation by 1 until it shows 100 on either side. If you're struggling with traction, it's possible to add throttle linearity, which results in making the initial pedal input less sensitive. The more you put throttle, the more sensitive it becomes. F1 25 is even easier on traction, so it might be best to skip this setting. If you do really need to put some throttle linearity, try out 20 and adjust it to your liking. Brake linearity is basically the same as throttle linearity, but then for the brakes. Upping this setting can help with brake lockups and tire wear, as your braking could potentially become a bit smoother. A starting suggestion for braking linearity would be 30, but once again, it is important to fiddle with it to adjust it to your personal preference. For those of you driving with no traction control or ABS assist, it's important to brake in a straight line and slowly release the brake trigger as you start turning. This will dramatically decrease the chances of locking up. Once exiting a corner, try to gradually apply more and more throttle as the car straightens out. Lower gears are going to be more sensitive to throttle input, so it could help to shift up a bit earlier than you would normally do. Next up, let's head to the vibration and force feedback. The normal amount for controllers is 100. However, if you feel the lack of vibration within the triggers, you could increase the vibration strength to 120. I recommend keeping the majority of the vibration settings default. However, a reduction in off-track effects prevents the controller vibrating and being off-putting when contact is made or when going off the track. It could be helpful to put down these settings a little bit. The most important setting to change is the wheel rotation. By default, it is set quite high. However, we are on a controller, so by putting it to 320 degrees, your steering input will be much more responsive. Taking tight turns like the Monaco hairpin will also be become a little bit easier. However, we are on a controller, so by putting it to 320 degrees, your steering input will be much more responsive. Taking tight turns like the Monaco hairpin will also become a little bit easier. After applying these settings and tricks, you'll be matching or even beating wheel users in no time. Check out my other F125 guides and make sure to like and subscribe if this
సమర్పిస్తున్న
Kicking back, controller in hand, and enjoying F125 is one of the most relaxing ways to play this year's F1 game. Now, to calibrate your controller, simply open the controller settings from the menu and press the button test button. This button test is the best way to check your controller inputs are working. With the mode active, simply press all of your inputs, the triggers, the analog sticks, and ensure you can read saturation and stick drift on your analog start. You've got the dead zone, which affects the start of your input travel. Increasing this dead zone will require you to apply slightly more input before an input in game is registered. And this is a great way to fix triggers that are a little bit sticky or needed to reach 100%. You can raise the saturation. Then you've got triggers that are zone just kind of hit 100% input. Say you're pressing the throttle pedal, add saturation to clarity, control over you without settings, the steering inputs. Increasing the steering, how quickly the in-game steering responds to your controller inputs. Increasing the steering rate makes your car's steering faster and more aggressive, allowing for quicker direction changes. This is ideal for players seeking maximum responsiveness out of their car. Lowering the steering rate does the opposite and it slows down the in-game steering. This creates a smoother, slightly more controlled feel, which actually can help a little bit with precision and stability. Now my recommended controller settings are on screen now, but essentially I've gone with 125, 130 on the steering rate, leaving the dead zone pretty much as is, other than the brake, because I've often found that some controllers apply a little bit of brake input and that will close your DRS. So bump that brake dead zone up a little. Then I have increased the linearity on every input just to give it a little bit more detail, a little bit more precision in the start of kind of turning or pressing the throttle, pressing the brake. After calibrating your controller, we can move on to the controller settings. These affect the vibration, how strong certain effects are portrayed by your controller haptics. As you can see with my settings, I've pretty much cranked everything right up to really take advantage of the haptics in my controller. Gone 150 on the vibration, the on-track effects gone 100, and I've turned also fitted. Now the final piece of the wheel rotation, and I definitely recommend doing it again for F125. Now the final piece of the puzzle is your button mapping. This is genuinely just about ensuring you're comfortable, adjusting the button inputs for things like shifting gears, which is a really common change. But there is one change I would definitely recommend, and that's to map your right analog stick to control various settings of your car rather than the camera. You can map the brake bias and differential to the analog stick. This lets you make very quick adjustments to your car setup mid-lap with a very simple flick of the analog stick. And that will round out our controller settings for F125. You can copy these exactly if you like, or use them as a base to create your own configuration. Whichever works for you is great. And the goal really is just to make yourself feel as comfortable as possible while racing this year's F1 game. Let me know in the comments below if you're using a controller or a racing wheel and what settings you're using, whether you change anything that I've recommended here. But for now guys, enjoy the game as it's
Okay, you've got front wing damage. This will have a major impact on performance unless you box for a new one. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
Fucking shambles, bro.
Damage to your front wing, damage to your front wing. Suggest we box to change it. Okay, mate, this is the first running of the real car. Now, I know it's a big ask, but let's get some useful data and get you used to how the practice sessions work. Let's start the season as we mean to go on, eh? I know we could have a great year, so let's go. All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check. Okay, mate, this is the first running of the real car. Now, I know it's a big ask, but let's get some useful data and get you used to how the practice sessions work. Let's start the season as we mean to go on, eh? I know we could have a great year, so let's go. Right, engine off, engine off. Okay, mate, this is the first running of the real car. Now, I know it's a big ask, but let's get some useful data and get you used to how the practice sessions work. Let's start the season as we mean to go on, eh? I know we could have a great year, so